Good evening, Mallorca fans. Today is the official start of La Liga 2024-2025. We are going to be with you here and we're starting the program right now. As you can see in the locker room here, the first team, everything ready for kickoff at 9:30 p.m. today. We can see the boots, the shorts, the socks, and of course the kit shirt for today. Which of course in true Mallorca fashion is making its debut today. I'm going to bring that a little bit closer so you can see it really well. Although I'm imagining that a lot of you already have one and own one. Personally, I think it is a really cool shirt. And let's hope that we get some very good memories and very happy moments with it. Not only today, but throughout the whole season. And all this is possible, of course, thanks to Jose and Hector, for example, who are in charge of making sure that the players are not in want of anything, both on training days and on match days too. We're going to be leaving the locker room very, very soon because the team are about to come in to the locker room. So we hope to stay. It's a huge, absolute festival for the 90 minutes that the match is going to last today. We're going to go over to Llorens very soon, who is going to be carrying through the match today. So Carlos, our cameraman, and me, we're going to go and take our position on the pitch. So over to you, Llorens. Yes, good evening, Mallorca fans, and welcome to your home. Welcome to the first round of La Liga EA Sports. And the first one, of course, had to be here in Son Moix against an incredible rival, Real Madrid. Welcome to a new season in First Division. We hope, as Damian said, one where we can give you so many goals, we can give you so many happy moments, even more than last season even. But we're going to start little by little. We've got Vicente here to my left. How are you? How is your summer? Great. Let's hope today gets even better. Yeah, let's see if we have a good start to the season. We know it's going to be a tough one against a really hard rival, Real Madrid. Just last week, or this week even, they became Super Cup European champions. And of course, star-studded Real Madrid we're up to now. We're going to know the starting lineup for both teams very soon, but on paper, a complicated rival. Yeah, huge potential for the team. Now they've got one of the best football players in the world on their team. And of course, Mallorca are going to struggle. However, it's also true that I think against teams like Real Madrid, Barcelona, big teams, it's always better to play in the first matches. You know, they maybe haven't got that competition rhythm, or they haven't got that kind of like steamrolling rhythm that then they pick up throughout the season. I think Mallorca are more than capable to give them a couple of scares today. Well, we saw at the beginning of this league, you know, that beat Alaves and Valencia also losing as well. So it's all kind of broken up matches right now, you know, a lot of back and forth, to and fro. So as you say, it's maybe better to be up against one of the big guns in the first matches of the season. Not only from a physical aspect, but also because many of the players have played European Cups, America Cups. So, I mean, they haven't had so much holiday time, really. It's stressful. You know, you come back and you don't really have that many training days with your usual team, especially for, well, both for strikers and defenders. So it's always a bit tough at the beginning. Mallorca, in that sense, maybe they've got slightly more advantage in that sense. But of course, with the changes they've made, the incorporations, where it's not like last season, where in the preseason, they knew everybody that was on the team and on the squad. That could have contributed to some more lack of precision. I think Mallorca can put up a really good fight today, especially for that reason, right? I think, you know, Real Madrid We saw it the other day. It's not the same with and without Kroos. Mbappe, of course, he's great individually. It's like a 1-against-2 player, even not 1-against-1. But Mallorca as a team can definitely put up a fight against that, and they can give, I think, some surprises. So, as you heard, Madrid was just proclaimed European Super Cup champion, but we will definitely put up a fight against them. So, Mallorca fans, we hope you've had a great summer. But we're going to go to ask that same question and more to somebody who is now on pitch side. So, Damian, let's see where he is now. So, how was your summer? How are you? Hi, Llorens and Vicente. I don't know if you can hear me very well because lots and lots of whistling in the stadium because the Real Madrid goalkeepers are now warming up in the stadium. A couple of minutes ago, the Mallorca goalkeepers started their warm-up. To answer your question, my summer was pretty good. I was very, very excited to come back and enjoy Mallorca officially. By the way, the pre-season was absolutely perfect for Mallorca. Just a draw in the last match against Bologna for that Palmer City trophy, but all the other matches were won in the pre-season. However, Bologna, of course, will be in the new season of the Champions League. But today is the official debut of the season of La Liga. We're expecting a full house in the Mallorca Stadium Son Moix for tonight. And we hope that the fans can carry us through the match because it will be very important. Jaume Arrasate said that too. And what we're going to do right now is to be able to give you the first starting lineup of the Arrasate era for Real Mallorca. So we've got Dominic Grave in goal, line of defenders. Rayo and Martin Baldian, Johan Mojica making his official debut today, and Pablo Maffeo on the wings. Then line of 4 in the midfield with Dani Rodriguez, Samu Costa, Omar Mascarell, and Sergi Darder. And up today trying to score will be Vedat Marici and Takuma Asano. Also debuting officially today for Mallorca after arriving this summer from Bochum Football Club. When we talk to Jakub Arrasate, we will also ask about this formation, whether they're going to stick with that or go more for a 4-3-3. Let's see what the Basque manager will tell us later in his first official match with Mallorca. Perfect. So that is the new era and the first era for Jakub Arrasate. And what a way to begin, right? So we've got the novelty of Mojica on the right there. And we've also got Atsano, who is, of course, our new signing. What do you think of this starting lineup? Good. I think that's what we've seen in the preseason. A team that plays kind of a 4-3-3 or 4-1-4-1 when they're on the attack. And then when they're defending, maybe it's 4-1-4-1 or 4-4-2. Depends who you're playing against as well. And try not to make any gaps in the inside. I think it's not only Mojica that is important, but also to focus on Asano. I think he could be really a standout player this year, especially being as a successful second striker. We know that he's very good on the diagonal. He's very good at edging away from his marker. And that combination with Sergi Darder is something that I think the team can get some strength from. Looking at Mallorca in the pre-season, obviously not everything will be like the last season. It's not only searching for Marici now to do things, just trying to play some more football and reach further on the wings. And let's hope that today we can hopefully steal the ball from Real Madrid, but also not stop running. And also not allow them to run too much, because that's when mistakes happen. course, we are missing Gio and Jaume Costa, people that are leaving us at Rajkovic. And as Arrasate said in the press conference previous to the match, it does not mean that the fact that Dominic Grave is starting today as a goalkeeper, that does not cement him as the goalkeeper of the season. He will, of course, have to earn his place there, even though many will think that he earned his place in the King's Cup last year, where he had a fantastic performance. Yeah, I think that he has definitely been able to prove that he's an excellent goalkeeper. There was a lot of speculation about him in previous seasons. However, Leo Roman has also made a fantastic impression every time that he has participated. So I think it's going to be a very, very beautiful fight and battle to earn the right to have to be the main goalkeeper. I think we're very lucky to have such high-level goalkeepers, and they're going to prove their level. The last thing to say is that Arrasate also said that throughout the whole of the pre-season, we've been playing with a very similar system. And of course, that can be tweaked throughout the season. But the most important thing is to be brave and play as much as possible on the other side of the pitch. To play against Real Madrid, you've got to be as brave as you can. Because if they fall back too much, that's when they can do some damage. Yeah, I think Real Madrid sometimes they will give you a sense of full security by letting you dominate the match, because then they know that they have players with those kind of quality to then beat you once you're racing down the pitch. So I think that's when the footballer's experience shows. I think 2 seasons ago it was. I think that they stole a ball off us when we were doing a corner, and I think it's slightly less dangerous right now when they're in control of the ball than when you let them run down the pitch. When Madrid play against really narrow playing teams, like Toni Kroos, he was essential to bring that ball out from behind, from the back. And I think that was really missing for them in that last Super Cup match. I hope that they are smart today. And the fact that of them being in possession does not mean they can lower their guard at all. They need to know where everybody is at the right time all the time. So those are some of the key features of the match today. There's many, many more. But yes, Madrid, of course, have a lot of changes in their squad. That those 2 goals against Atalanta in the Super Cup final, that was 2 mistakes from the other teams. We've got to be incredibly watchful of that. So we want to know from you at home whether you agree with this starting lineup. So we're going to give you a poll, a survey for you to participate in. So while you vote in your own time, you've got plenty of time of that. Well, we've got Damian at pitch side, and he has been speaking to Jacob Arrasate. Let's see what he says in his first match against Real Madrid. Hello, everyone. Good evening. So it's finally official. What do you think of the team today? We're very excited. We can't wait to start the competition. It's a strong one as well. Hopefully, in front of our people, we can do a really good one. What kind of match are you expecting? Well, we know what we're up against. 3 days ago, they won the Super Cup. I mean, the same team again. I mean, it's a team sport. And sometimes, in that sense, you can reduce differences. We're going to bring out our best version. And if we do, then I'm sure that we're going to see a very good match today. You were talking about in defense, they need to defend like a chorus. Yeah, we need to be brave. We need to be kind of have personality. Usually the match has a direction they're going in, and we're going to have to try and be main characters as well. So with regards to the lineup today, what do you think the formation is going to be? Oh, well, we're going to alternate. You know, we've got those four midfielders, Danny edging towards the left slightly, having our player on the. It's not the same to play with a winger or a midfielder on the wings on the edges. So we'll be alternating and changing things around according to what we need. Those were the first words there for Yagoba Arrasate in the match today in the microphones of our colleague Damian, with special mention there for the importance of keeping close and keeping a watchful eye on the goal at all times, knowing that Real Madrid can do a lot of damage to you. And talking of Real Madrid, we've also got Damian once again. He's pretty close to the players, and I think he can give us what Carlo Ancelotti is bringing on today as a lineup. Yes, exactly the same starting 11 as 3 days ago in the European Super Cup. So it's Courtois in goal, line of four in defence for Carvajal and Ramendi. Militao and Rudiger in the centre. Real Madrid are actually coming on now for a warm-up. In the centre, Tchouaméni and Valverde. On the side, Bellingham. The other one for Vinicius and Rodrigo. And up top, Kylian Mbappe. However, we did see in that match against Atalanta the way that the men at strikers for Madrid keep moving around among each other. So there we are. We are right on the money there, because just as you were saying the starting lineup, we just started to hear those whistles because the players coming on to the pitch. We can see Militao there, Kylian Mbappe we saw then, Rudiger. And as Damian was saying, a 3 ago, they were crowned champions of the European Super Cup. Of course, the novelty of Kylian Mbappe is huge. He really did make them work for him. He's on your screens right now. That is a Real Madrid that, if we analyze it slightly, that is Madrid that struggled to score the first goal, but then there were the other, but really the both goals were defensive errors by Atalanta. So we think that if you were a coach, how would you analyze the match today against a huge rival? Well, you've always got to play it from a point of awareness. It's very difficult for them not to score against you. If you want to do a match that's heated and have everybody folding back into their goal scoring area, it's a team that, even though they don't look like it, they're very excellent at defending. Maybe it doesn't look like the wingers will be defending particularly, but Tchouaméni and Valverde, they're really hard workers. And they're experts at what they do. So of course you cannot have them in the other side of the pitch. If you've got to do your passes longer, then you've got to be aware of the fact that that can cause you some losses. And you know, if you're giving 80% of what you can do, then that's not going to be the case. I think Mallorca are more than capable of doing that. I think you've got to know exactly what the moments are when you can afford to do things like that. I think when push comes to shove, when they've got an opportunity to go on the counter attack, they do that, and they will. So Mallorca needs to be really prepared today for exactly that. When Madrid have the ball, it's not like they have a playing system that is very automatic, but all their players understand football excellently and they have the resources to do some damage. Anybody can get in. There could be Carvajal. So we've got Rudy Fernandez, Olympic medalist with Damian. Let's hear from him. Yes, we are in with an absolute legend of sport, not just Balearic or Spanish sport. We've got Rudy Fernandez here, recently retired, who has just come from playing his sixth Olympic Games. He is the first Spanish male basketball player to do so. So good evening to you. The first thing I have to ask you, how is it after this in this new life after the Olympic Games without professional basketball? Very good. I'm just enjoying my holiday time, my family, after being, preparing everything to be in the Spanish team and then the Olympics. Oh, I'm really receiving all the affection from people, friends, families, fans. And yeah, just really looking forward to enjoy the match like this. So there's going to be a huge homage today in the renewed and renovated stadium. How did that feel? I feel so privileged and so lucky to be in the grass here right now, to be linked to these amazing teams and these amazing clubs. I'm just enjoying the whole thing, enjoying this atmosphere. We won't tell you to give us a match prediction because we know that's tough. But asking about Arrasates Mallorca, what do you expect from this new Mallorca team? Well, I think that a massive coach this year. He's amazing. He showed that in Pamplona. And I'm really excited to see what he can do. I haven't been able to see much of him in the preseason, but I've seen the signings, the preparation, and it's looking really good to do something really nice this year. Well, thank you very much, Rudy. Congratulations for your career and the best of luck for everything that's in store. So the words there from Rudy Fernandez, a total legend. Yes, we wish him all the best in his new lifestyle after his retirement from basketball, after the amazing achievements that he has had throughout his sporting career. So the poll that we sent about whether you are happy with Arrasate's lineup, you can see Sergio there on your screen, just ready to come on to start his warm-up. So we've got 92% in favour, 8% saying that they would make some changes in that starting lineup, but no percentage, so 0% against the starting lineup. So a satisfied bunch, we think there. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the right choice to start the league with. Preseason is where you can start to see the line of the team, the quality of the players. The other day, watching the City of Palma Trophy match, I thought that there were some players that were kind of above other ones from a physical point of view. I would have put a very, very similar starting lineup on. So the players there waiting expectantly to come on to start their warm up. So do you think it's better to start the league at home or away? Because if you start at home, you have a huge responsibility. But we're going to listen to the fans' reaction. Damian, what do you think of the reception here? Well, I think that we are bringing a great. I mean, I think all we need to do is to listen. The Mallorca chants there starting in the stadium already. So I think just listening to the reaction in the stadium, we were able to see and for everybody to realize that they are at home right now. So everybody now starting to prepare for that match that is kicking off in just under half an hour. So Vicente, at home or away? To be honest, I like to start the league away because maybe you're a bit more nervous, a bit more insecure. And the second one, kind of, you're already on the ball by then. However, it's fine to start at home as well, but it's just much of a personal preference. Yeah, I'm with you with that. We're going to go to a really, really quick ad break, and we're going to come back in a couple of seconds for the rest of the pre-match coverage. Don't go anywhere. So that was a very quick break. We're back already. So lots of stuff has happened for us to be here today. That stuff has happened in the preseason. So we're going to take a look at a quick summary VT for everybody who hasn't been able to watch those matches or is not particularly up to date. We're just going to watch what's been happening throughout the preseason for the team. So we're just watching the best moments there of the preseason. That one we're watching right now is in Sa Pobla, my village. I was able to be there for that. Of course, I mean, I've been keeping up to date with it as well. Even if I was on holiday time, I always want to stay in the loop. Of course, the first matches had a rhythm slightly lower than the one that we saw the other day in the City of Palma Trophy. Some of them were quite tough, especially when you're up against English teams. Sometimes they're a bit more physical than you are. Sometimes they can make things very difficult for you. But I think it's been a pretty solid preseason for them. So yeah, 5 victories and 1 defeat that only came in penalties though. And the goal scorers of the preseason there, Marishi scored 3, Mike Dominic 3 as well. Really strong performance from the youth team player. Asano, the new signing with 2. We've got David Lopez, Raillo Abdon, and Omar Mascare there with 1 goal. You can see the match there where Mallorca also won. And even so, they did an excellent match as well. Yeah, the team plays a really high level match. everybody on the pitch showed that you can count on them, and that's the most important thing at the end of the day. I think everybody, of course, will have been sharpening their knives for the arrival of Real Madrid, and they know they're up against a strong team. Also, Asano's goal was an absolute, that's like a predator goal. He's not nervous at all. Like, you can really see the quality there in the goal. And Dada there too showed a really high level. As a coach, of course, that's one of those things that worry me because I think there was quite a few midfield problems. That's something that they do need to improve, of course. Real Madrid, of course, are a team that they obviously Real Madrid, of course, are excellent at the top of the pitch. I think Rodrigo is the one scoring there. He's of course, the changes today will be a really important part of the pitch of the match because Real Madrid is such a physical team. They're gonna play a really important role. It's not the hottest of days that we've had, but it's definitely very humid, and that's always a struggle, right? It's it's going to be a 9:30 kickoff, but it's definitely still pretty hot. Yeah, when I was on my way here, it was 30 degrees. So of course, training here all week, I think Mallorca are more used to it than Real Madrid, just for the fact of the humidity in the air, the humidity in the Balearic Islands compared to the one that there is in Madrid. I think that's a fundamental factor that's in our favor. And then nowadays in football, I think it's the players in the last 20 minutes that are almost more important than the starting lineup because you've got to have those, plan A, B, and C. You've got to try and take advantage of all those minutes. Last year, there were so many matches that were decided in those last minutes of the match. Yeah, and it's really important to not break the match up. So we've still got lots of images on your screens right now. So Damian, you're really close to them. What do you think the warm-up is looking like right now? Well, look, we've got a group hug right now of all the players that are, and also a circle now of all the players that are going to be starting today. I can see some players putting on some vests as well. So I'm guessing it's going to be attack versus defense exercises. And we are going to also be talking to Andy Colbeck, and here he is now, actually. It's exciting to be here. And what a way to start La Liga, right? Are you confident in getting something positive out of this match? Yeah, I think anything will be positive. Everybody was gonna have a good time. The atmosphere is incredible, so I'm really excited. What do you think about the 22,000 season ticket holders that we have this season? Yeah, it's incredible to have that support. We had 12,000 when I first got here, and now 22,000, so it's great to see the support increase like this. So what do you expect from this new Mallorca from RCD? I think it'll be more offensive, more pressing, further up the pitch, and I'm looking forward to a great season. I'm really excited. Well, thank you very much. So the major stakeholder and President Andy Colberg there appearing confident with this new Mallorca team, which he said will be more offensive than the last. Also, over 22,000 season ticket holders for this new season. Also appearing confident about that, and why not to get a positive result from today? He definitely looked pretty happy there. Happy, of course, for La Liga to be back. All missing it. exactly the first thing he said when I asked how he was. He said he was excited, enthusiastic. Beginning of the season, not only people that we're up against, but also the fact that the ball's starting to roll. I guess with regards to the results, this is an important result. But everybody was very excited about it, especially with this newly renovated stadium. And the turnout is going to be great. I think you can hear right now some whistling because Real Madrid are now moving into the locker room. So Iago Barrasate is starting 11. Saying earlier with Andy Kohlberg, seeing some counter defense exercises right now. Martin Baldin as central defenders, Pichu Cuellar as because Dominic Grave went into the locker room just a couple of minutes ago. That is rather common. Rajkovic would also do that too last season because as they are the first ones to take their places on the first leave, and it's just quarter of an hour. So Iago Barrasate's players will not be on the pitch for much longer. And we're getting ready for every time. Exactly. So the ball is starting to roll here now in the stadium. A full house in the stadium today, and we are very excited for the action to begin. So I'm sure you've realized that we are missing somebody here. We're at home, first round of La Liga. I don't know if our colleagues have her ready yet because we do have to give a warm welcome back to our colleague Rocío, who was always here for us in the home matches. She was there with the fans. So good evening to you, Rocío. How are you? Yes, I am at home for this first match from home. So Leslie, you are off because of your pregnancy. How are you doing? And I guess he's a Mallorca fan already now, already, right? The baby. Well, I can tell you that she's a girl. She's going to be called Marta, and she will definitely be a huge Mallorca football fan. Yeah, you're going to raise her right from the first day. Of course, you're going to put her in a Mallorca kit. I'm sure. Rosia, you can hear us, right? Okay, yeah. What do you think about the match today, and what do you think about Mallorca's season? I'm feeling really good about this season. I think the new signings are really exciting. That I hope that they can bring something new and exciting to the team. And hopefully, Sergio Dardero and Rodriguez are going to be there as well to shake things up. Because everybody is so obviously impacted right now about the Mbappe signing with Real Madrid. But I do think that we're going to be missing on both sides players that have left the club. But I think that we're going to be confident and secure in everybody that is defending the goal today. We saw Dominic Grave do an excellent job as main goalkeeper in the King's Cup. And of course, let's see if there are any more signings because the market is not closed yet. But I'm sure that the fans definitely missed you today, and I'm sure you missed them and the whole atmosphere of coming to the stadium and talking to all the fans. And of course, you are now resting at home, which is more than understandable. Yeah, I missed it. I'm missing it now. And I never miss a game in the stadium. So, of course, I mean, I have to be here right now. It's, force majeure right now. But I am receiving a lot of messages from people saying that they can't wait to see me. But yeah, I guess it's going to be a little while yet. But I'm really, really happy and grateful for that reception. But by the way, I think something that our manager was saying is that he really wanted, a congregation of Mayorga fans that can always be there for the team. So I'm really happy to see that everybody has come out in force. I think today we're going to win 2-0. And I think that Mauricio is going to score the first one. The second one's coming in the second half. Well, Matteo, we're going to send you lots of love from us and wish you all the best with the rest of your pregnancy. And when your baby is born, we'll definitely come and see you. So thank you for everything, and we'll see you very soon. Same to all of you, and especially to Javi Abadis as well. Unfortunately, he can't be playing today. So best of luck to him as well. So good with you there at home, sending her lots of love. And just a moment ago, we had at our microphones Pablo Ortega. So let's hear what he has to say. Yes, we are with Futbol CEO for Real Madrid, Pablo Ortega. How are you? Good evening. So you really wanted the season to start, right? Yeah, after that preseason, we're in first division again. We're here playing in La Liga, an amazing atmosphere. So a pretty tough rival we've got today, but we're really confident, right? Because here, Madrid always struggles. Yeah, this is first division. I think every big team has amazing players. So do we. So Mojica and Asano start signings from this season. Jaume Moret as well participating. They're settling in really well, right? Yeah, I think now they feel like they've been here for ages. They've incorporated really well in the group, and now it's time to enjoy this players. Thank you very much, and good luck. The words there from Pablo Ortiz, and we are watching now a live, an absolute spectacle of a live performance pre-match. The laser show for me, I couldn't believe it. I think it's amazing. So everything is just about ready to kick off. Last fans taking their seats in the stadium. Our colleague Damian has now gone to take his seat for commentating too. So a novelty on the grass there. Laser pointing the numbers and names of the players onto the graphs, which looks absolutely incredible. And now everything is ready, finally, for the show to begin. So we have the great Real Madrid here today, current La Liga champions and Super Cup European champions. But we are Mallorca and we're also in first division. We're going to try and get something positive out of this match. Well, I think the worst thing you can do in a match like this is to be scared. And I think that today there's a lot to learn from a match like this, and that has to be their aim. Damian, I don't know if you can hear us right now. So now Real Mallorca are on the pitch. Real Madrid now coming through the middle, current La Liga champions. Lots of surround sound in the stadium right now. So Damian, I think you can hear us now. We still can't hear Damian. I'm sure we will be able to pretty soon. We've got Iglesias Villanueva on VAR as the fans are currently singing the Mallorca anthem. We definitely missed this whole environment. So we can see Carvajal now with Raillo. And just listen to the atmosphere here in the stadium. Rudy Fernandez receiving his homage there with a t-shirt personalized with his name. An absolute legend of Spanish sport. Applause all around in the Mallorca Somos Stadium. So, of course, Rudy being Mallorca, his island, but he's also played for the Madrid basketball team. And here we go. Now it really is the start of it. And this is now the new era for Mallorca, the new Yagoba Arrasate era. Bea Marici now, who shoots. See, like the last person to get touching the ball was a Real Madrid player. Damian, I think you can finally hear us now. Maybe it's because of the noise in the stadium. Mallorca are going to their corner now. Let's watch out because last year almost half of goals came from corners. Mojica was into the goal scoring area. Courtois ends up bringing it out. Mojica now speaks the way up the pitch. Applause from the fans. Playing back to Omar. Mallorca not too sure. Now Martin Valiant. Sam Costa crossing the middle line to Rayo. Over to Mojica. So what do you think of the match, Damien? I thought that he was looking perfect so far. I think it says it all with the way that the fans have responded. Of course, the most important thing is to not be able not to let them fall behind and always keep moving forward. It did look like Mbappe was keeping the two midfielders in the beginning. Long central pass looking for Pablo Maffeo. Pablo Maffeo there, almost on the long line. The jump there from Villa Marici. Inside the goal scoring area, and Danny Rodriguez shoots and just goes out, but not far at all from the goal. Vinicius and Mbappe there, the one-on-one. That was definitely a brave move from him. So whistling now in the stadium because Vinicius had a touch on the ball, but he didn't manage to keep it for very long. Shot there from Samuel Costa. He was really trying there from the front of the goal scoring area. He didn't think twice about that. They're really confident and very decisive in their actions. The corner from the right side, which ends in nothing. It's Kylian Mbappe again. With Vinicius now. More Mbappe into the goal scoring area. Mbappe was asking for something more there. That definitely was risky, but I think what we're seeing from this is that the referee is not going to be whistling every single touch on the ball, which is good news for us. Jaguar Rafa has been quoted as saying that he wants the fans to be another player. So I think that we can definitely confirm that so far they are player number 12 on the pitch. Well, we'll see what they do now with their weapons or with the intentions. Samuel Costa now in possession. Really, really good job from him. Of course, the stress that potentially Vinicius could be under could even benefit Mallorca in a way, give them an advantage. Bellingham now halfway down the pitch. Foul there. And both of them on their feet. They have not even sat down so far. So far, pretty relaxed body language from them, but also at the same time not moving at all. Asano was the last bit that's from that ball there, so that's going to be a corner for Real Madrid. I think Maffeo made a mistake there going down. I think that was an easy dive for him. Too easy. So Valverde now getting a touch on the ball there. Rodrigo now this time. And Vinicius is now facing up to the stands. We can see him already shouting towards some fans. So one of the new La Liga rules is that a player is not allowed to respond to fans unless you're a captain. So he's called his captain over. Madrid going for a corner there. So let's take a look at that, then we'll comment on it. Dominic Grave ends up bringing that back out. Asano there recovers pretty well, trying to play with Dani Rodriguez. Ball ends up in Vinicius' possession, and that's a throw in for Madrid. Real Madrid on the attack now on the right-hand side. Carvajal cutting through, now moving into the middle. The ball's almost stuck to his feet there, over to Fran Mendy. Valverde over to, and is it to me to you now? Rodrigo appears. The Gladiators, Samuel Costa there battling against them. Back to Militao now. Rudiger in the middle ground. Over to Fran Mendy. Those kind of situations are very close to the goal. I think when Mallorca are able to get past that line, when Madrid stay on the edges, that's when they can look for diagonals, shots, and that's always there's a shot from Rodrigo there and the goal. First one for Real Madrid, minute 12 of the first half. Really close to the post. Practically impossible for Dominic Gray to save. The first reaction of several players under Mayo applauding and asking for some support from the bench and from the stands. All the players on the bench on their feet there trying to support their teammates as well. That's really something we didn't expect, of course. I think obviously just trying to time things perfectly can also have some negative impacts. I think we've just seen that the incredible quality that Real Madrid players have, and that one-on-one. And I think now we've just got to see that strength from the team from an emotional point of view. Of course, a goal up or goal down, that will always change the match a lot. And now we've got to be mentally very resilient. It's very important for the team to not get disheartened. We're only in minute 14 of the first half. the match had got started really, really well with those actions from Dani Rodriguez and Samuel Costa. We've definitely got some more chances. Rodrigo is in possession now. Valverde over to Rudiger now. Tchouaméni over to Rudiger. Over to Vedat now. Courtois who plays to the right-hand side. Moves it quickly to the throw in. Definitely does not want to waste any time. Mojica trying to lose his marker. Now they're going to have to go in a different idea. The most important thing right now is for the team to not get desperate, to not despair, to not start making silly mistakes, and to never lose the ball near Dominic Grace's goal, that's for sure. The ball ends up going out. So it's back to the start for Dominic Grace. Most of the Madrid players right now are trying to not do excessive effort. So it's not like they're pushing and pressuring right now. And what an excellent action there from Mojica. They're crossing the middle line. Shoots. And that ball there, Vedat Marici was just slightly too late for it. Back to Pablo Maffeo there in front of Bellingham. Bellingham dives, tries to capture that ball, but it's going to be a throw in for Mallorca. That was a really good opportunity for that Marici. And it's now Vinicius that wants to move away with the ball. Vinicius over to Rodrigo, over to the right-hand side, shoots. Rodrigo's shoot goes over the goal, but it does look like Dominic Grace had something to do with that. And that is going to be Rodrigo who's going to take this free kick for Real Madrid. However, from what I can see so far, the match is looking pretty balanced. And I think what we need is to accept the starters. What I mean is that the team needs to be patient. They've got to be patient to try not to lose the ball easily. But Real Madrid, of course, in positional play, they actually can struggle sometimes. But they do definitely have the grounds to be able to run. When a team like Mallorca goes on a lower block, Mbappe from the right-hand side now. Looking for somebody to play with right now. Over to Valverde, who passes over to Carvajal. Mallorca managed to recover it once again with Mojica. And that was a really good shot from Carvajal. There was some good defense work. Valverde there from the front of the goal scoring area. Rudiger, who's going to shoot, which just slightly goes out. I don't know if he saw Dominic Grave distracted there, but Rudiger went for it. So what are emotions like pitch side then there? Well, we've got both sides of the stadium now trying to communicate with each other to do some chants. Fans really making an effort to stay being the player number 12 on the pitch. Between the lines for Mojica, but he's not quite there. The only thing I don't like about this match so far is how easy Mallorca are losing the ball so far. And I think that is what's preventing them from having from dominating the match, in fact. And I think a lot of the things that are happening against them in this match is because they're a bit slow on that second pass, perhaps. In Mabena protecting the ball for Real Madrid. Vinicius now from the left-hand side. Vinicius still trying to protect the ball for Madrid. The referee has ended up whistling a foul for Vinicius. Halfway down the pitch now. Vinicius over to Valverde. Real Madrid currently desperately looking for some gaps through which to move to do some damage to Real Mallorca. Asano now, there was nobody there for that ball though. However, Mallorca doing an excellent job in managing to steal that ball and going on the counter-attack. Mbappe there shoots. Ball goes out. That was a great pass, a pass of death from Vinicius there. Asano can't quite find that way to move through. If you haven't got those gaps, then it's very, very difficult. Now then, over to Marishi in front of the goal. You could really tell that he's a left footer there. And that's where Marishi has lost the ball. Courtois right now, ball in his own goal scoring area over to Militao. Jude Bellingham now. Mokika now starting up once again. Mokika over to Carvajal. Let's see what happens now. It's the corner. Nobody was there to receive it. And it's going to be another corner from the left-hand side. Samuel Costa there, who looked pretty confident about it. 10 goals Mallorca scored from corners last season. Out of there, shoots. Straight into Courtois' hands. Martin Valiant trying to annoy Courtois there and bother him so that he cannot shoot straight away. Carvajal over to Bellingham. Over to Tramini now. Playing over to Rudiger. Four defenders. Real Madrid getting touches on the ball all the time. First shot for Real Madrid straight into the goal. First the goal there, and then that other shot from Rodrigo. If you actually look, Real Madrid now are trying to direct the match into a place where they feel comfortable. They're not really taking any risks in the defence area. They're trying to do lots of changes in direction. I think it depends a bit more on Mallorca right now. Which is where matches are always decided. But there are gaps though, so we can definitely say that Madrid are not yet bunched up as one solid block. And it is time for a hydration break. So Damian Yagoba went up to Chisco there. We can see that he's talking to him. We wonder what they are thinking about, what they're talking about. So pretty logical concentration faces. You can see the everybody involved coming over as well. think that clip that we saw with the of Yago Arrasate's pep talk, that will definitely be on social media soon. And as we went into this water break, we could see on the screen two athletes from our island, which are absolute legends of sport in general. One being Rudy Fernandez, who spoke to him earlier, the other being Rafa Nadal, which that really is something else to have them both in our stadium at the same time. And there's so much that they have transmitted, there's so much that they have given to the world throughout their sporting career, and an inspiration for a lot of young people as well. And in the case of Rafa, of course, one of the best sporting legends in Spain. So it's going to be a throw in for Real Madrid now. Straight over to Rodrigo. Mojica speed there that beats him actually. Mallorca lose the ball 3/4 of the way of the pitch now. Mendy, back to Valverde, over to Kylian Mbappe. Really, really tough there to try and get that past him, but he gave it a go anyway. Tramini over to Valverde once again, over to Vinicius. Trying to put the ball towards the front of the goal scoring area where Rodrigo is. And it's going to be another throw in. The referee says the last person to touch on the ball was a red and black kitted player. Asano following the pressure there for Mallorca. Ramendi battling against him. He wins back to Rudiger. Now, Vedat Marici trying to help with the pressure. Real Madrid opening up to the right-hand side now, switching sides completely. Mbappe over to Vinicius. Here's his second post. Closing Mallorca off now in their own half of the pitch. Long positioning now for Carlo Ancelotti's players. Real Madrid now moving back into their own side of the pitch. And a bit of an anecdotal image here is Futbol, and he has dropped his cards, his yellow cards, several times already. There's two curious anecdotes. His grip must be slackened. Maybe his pockets are too small. But it is quite odd. Yeah, he has dropped them several times. So there's something going on there. Either he's not gripping them properly, or his pockets are too small. So Samuel Costa now, who gets back on his feet, kind of limping. So no yellow cards so far in the 34 minutes that we've seen of the match already. Real Madrid now leading with Bellingham. Valverde there in the penalty point. Bellingham as well, trying to pass over to Vinicius. Vinicius there. Nearly scoring a goal there. What a play from Real Madrid there, but also what defence work from Mallorca. Fantastic. Something that I'm really impressed with is Mojica's speed right now. Not only because of the speed, actually, because he's a player that is able to centre right from the midfield practically. And he'd been approving it in a couple of central passes. Mojica there, the player that was in Villarreal last year, Osasuna, sorry, being property of Villarreal though. Maffeo there with a rebound. Danny Rodriguez rebound goes slightly out. Mallorca there desperately seeking their own chances and opportunities. And why couldn't this be their perfect chance? There's still a long way to go in this match. I think Danny saw that one so easily that he was struggling to know where to go with that. So 37th minute of the first half, Real Madrid up 1-0. Rodrigo being the goal scorer. Mallorca have been able to come close to Courtois' goal several times, and they are just missing that moment. Having that over to Rodrigo. But great work from Mojica there, recovering the ball, and not only that, he's allowed Mallorca to now create their counter attack from that point. Mojica, who's done a fantastic America Cup as well. Colombia actually reached the final of the America Cup, if I'm not wrong, and ended up losing against Argentina in the final. And there is Mallorca now recovering the ball in their own half of the pitch. And it's a throw in for Yagoba Arrasate's team, shouting instructions there. Pablo Maffeo now inside the goal scoring area. Valverde was really keeping idea where that ball was going. Foul out in favour of Real Madrid over to Tramini. Good to remember that last year both Real Madrid and Real Mallorca matches. The first one, Real Madrid won 1-0. Rudiger scoring in the 78th. The second one that was played here at home. And with a rebound, that is in favour of Maurici, shoots straight into Courtois' hands. That is a shame because that was a great pass there. Rudiger tried to get a foot in but couldn't. That is the only thing that Mallorca needs now to score in a match like this one. So, Damian, if you could potentially give us those statistics. Yeah, well, I'm just going to look into that really quickly and give you that information. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that was a really good goal in the 17th minute, 1-0 Real Madrid. The second one was Tramini in the 48th minute for a rebound that went off Antonio Sanchez. So, yeah, it was 2 matches lost only by 1 goal. Yeah, and if we're on the context of that second match, I'm just going to have a look here. Asano there who shoots, and Rudiger just manages to edge it out of the goal. Asano there shooting from the left side. Really good work from Rudiger there. On one side to another practically. Holds off Vidal. That would have been easy for Courtois, but he made a mistake there and they took advantage of it. Corner there for the first post. Omar Mascaré. And it's Vinicius now who's got plenty of space to run. Passes over to Kylian Mbappe, but Sergio Darder gets to the middle. Great work from them. Damian, what are our statistics looking like? So total shots, I don't think that's updated because that says 2 on target for Mallorca, but that we're going to put one on there. 3 on target there. 4 for Real Madrid. 2 of them having gone inside the goal scoring area, inside where the goalpost 3. However, another save there for the Belgian goalkeeper towards the end. Really good work now from Mallorca from one side to another. I think there is just that one little thing that we're still missing. That is stroke of luck that we're sure will arrive. Daniel Rodriguez now, we are in the minute 43 and a half. Madrid are 1-0 up. It hits the post. Maurici is in possession. He falls to the ground. I don't know what he was trying to do there. I think that was a mistake because that ball was meant for Samuel Costa. Rodrigo now looking for Vinicius. Real Madrid making a mistake. Bellingham recovers. I get the feeling, and I think Mallorca are looking much better than Real Madrid. I think Mallorca are showing a great level here. I don't think Real Madrid are the superior team right now. I mean, we've seen a lot of those kind of matches for Real Madrid. But then there's things like that happen all the time with Real Madrid. Right? At the end of the match, it's 3-0 up, and you think, how did we get here with the match that we just played? So, Damian, how much extra time has been given? That's 3 minutes of extra time. And we've got to be careful with this one now. Marishi now 3/4 of the way up. Opening up to Danny Rodriguez, hits the second post. Wasn't quite able to get the rebound there. That's a rebound that favours the Brazilian. Pablo Maffeo Astano is there to help with Vinicius, who ends up losing the ball after the pressure from Pablo Maffeo and Astano from the other side. And the ball there from Mbappe. And that is going to be a throw-in for Mallorca. Of course, Real Madrid being in the lead, they have no rush in the world right now. Real Madrid very slow there to take that kick. And when they did, the referee whistled a foul against Real Madrid. Yeah, a foul that Yoruba Arrasate was not in agreement with. He told that Samuel needed to get up and get his first position. Yoruba Arrasate again very annoyed with their first yellow card of the match. And that's going to be for Pablo Maffeo. And also for Yoruba Arrasate, he wasn't really protesting vehemently, but as soon as the referee saw any sign of protest from the coach, he didn't hesitate in giving him a yellow card. We're now in minute 47 of the match. That is the first yellow card for Pablo Maffeo and another one for the coach. And Fernando now down to the ground. Now over to Fran Mendy. Asano on the ground. Asano looked like he was in pain there, but back on his feet pretty quickly. This looks like it's going to be the last move of the first half, and it's going to be for Mallorca, so it was important for him to be back on his feet. Danny Rodriguez is going to take it. Marishi shoots. Valverde brings it back out. Danny Rodriguez. And that is when the referee decides that it's time to blow the whistle and for everybody to go into the locker room. So, Damian, what are these spaces like? What I've done perhaps with Manu Morales just approached one of the linesmen. And I didn't see any of the starters go up and try and talk to the referee, Soto Grande. Of course, they will be disappointed because of this result going into half time. So first half where we've seen a strong Mallorca, a pretty balanced match so far. What did you think of it? Yeah, I think their only downfall in this first half were those easy losses of the ball. I think everything that was in the last edge of the pitch. I think we were lacking a little bit of precision to be able to score really. But that's the only thing I can say against them. I think it was a pretty balanced first half. I think Mallorca struggled to get past Real Madrid, but they definitely approached the goal several times. My feeling is that Mallorca carried them in the first half, really. So we're going to go to a very quick ad break after this first half. Mallorca currently 1-0 down. We've got a second half full of emotions coming up. Don't go anywhere. So we are back for the beginning of the second half in this match that we are experiencing here tonight. We were able to see a strong Mallorca in the first half that had some opportunities to score, because right now Mallorca are down 1-0 because Rodrigo scored for Real Madrid. We're currently experiencing a light show here in the stadium. Something that is really, really impressive and quite new, actually, right, Damien? Yeah, it's incredible, right? Yeah, there's so much innovation from the club every year. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the last time we saw it, there was for Barcelona, there was a draw. They're playing at a really, really high level, which is great both for player and for fans, of course, to get into the match even more. So, Damien, are there any of the reserve players playing with warming up with particular intensity? No, I mean, there's an image, not really an image that we keep seeing repeated, is that all the reserves on the pitch right now, but nobody looks like they're preparing themselves more than somebody else. However, in the half time, I do have to say, Matas and Campins did a penalty off, but then we gave a homage to Mallorca fans, picked up by Tony Reyes, claiming the Mallorca fans as the best and strongest fan base for last season. And that was given by the fan base president, Jordi Guerrero. So that is a really, really nice prize for the fan base to receive right now. We're just picking up right now on the official stats at 23,000 people, which is an incredible amount of people there. Something else that we haven't spoken about, just as Real Madrid come onto the pitch, just in case anybody is wondering, with that homage to Rudy Fernandez, for example, all of the Mallorcan medal winners from the Olympics will be given a homage. That will be in the third round, so Mallorca's next home match will be against Seville. And that will be because it is the first day that those Mallorca medal winners are all able to be here at the same time. Of course, this is now coinciding with holiday time for many of those medal winners and those pro athletes. So that is something to look forward to do for that next home match. I'm guessing that these fun things like a penalty competition between two old players, will that be a regular thing for every home match? I'm not quite sure. I think that would be great. I remember when I was younger, every time I came to watch a match in the stadium, that was the kind of thing you could expect. I mean, penalties in a very North American kind of style, you know, like a one-on-one kind of thing. Yeah, I remember the mascot taking part in that very vividly. And yeah, that was really cool. So we'll see if they pick that up again. We can now see the players getting ready on the pitch, and we're getting ready to see the second half get underway. Iglesias Villanueva on VAR, who hasn't yet had to intervene. Referee giving way to the second half. It looks like there are no changes so far, neither in Real Madrid or in Mallorca. Vicente, would you have made any changes? Many players, of course, many stellar players on the bench for us. We seem to have lost sound from the commentators. Just one moment. We'll try and get that back for you as soon as possible. Real Madrid now in possession in their own half of the field. Carvajal with the ball stuck to his feet, passing over to Rodrigo halfway down the pitch. So we send it back to the question. No, I think that their performance in the first half was really good. And I think we just need some more luck facing the goal right now. So Militao's shot towards goal there ends up going out. And off it goes, very far away from Dominic Graves' goal. Marici now open, but it's Stoudemire Tramini who opens up with Carvajal over to Mbappe. Is he going to be there in time? Back to Dominic Graves now. Asano bringing it into the centre of the field. Really narrow move there for Mallorca, who actually came off benefited by that. Now Real Madrid going past the central line. Bellingham not too sure. Back to Germany. Real Madrid changed their play over to the right hand side. Valverde now over to Carvajal, who's not too sure. Back to the left once again. Rudiger now. Bellingham asking for the ball. They're not too sure. Real Madrid keeping the ball safe now. The help from that pressure from Sergi Dallier. Valverde there. makes another mistake. That's his second. I think he goes a bit too all out. Allowing Valverde doesn't have the full length of the right passageway. Something that is worth pointing out as well is the lack of protectionism Bellingham has had so far in the match, because he's really been in good positions. I've been keeping an eye on it, and he's been in some really difficult and dangerous positions to do some damage, and hasn't. So it's really important for us to prevent him from doing any damage like that. So in this second half, Real Madrid are definitely struggling to reach Dominic Graves' goal. Carvajal now trying on the right-hand side. Mascaré really trying with all those positional balls. Positionally, Mascaré is doing an excellent job. Over to the left-hand side for Maurici, and he ends up falling. That looks like it's going to be another corner now, minute 51. One of the other there's a rebound and a goal for Mallorca, and it's our Pirates. It had to be from a free kick. It had to be from a corner, and it had to be him. He was the chosen one for this goal with an excellent header, a fantastic one there. It's number 7. It's Villa Maurici in the Solmor Stadium. Mallorca draw. And there we go. Mallorca 1, Real Madrid 1. The majority of those goals in the first half were trying to go, I think, going off the post. And this time they were really lucky in what they managed to do, especially being him, of course. So it's 1-1 on the scoreboard now. Danny Rodriguez and Vedat Maurici. And I think now that we're at this point, Damian, what was the fans' reaction to all of this? Well, we nearly brought the roof down in the stadium. Everybody ran crazed off the bench there. And if I'm not wrong, this is Vidat Marici's third goal against Real Madrid. Vidat Marici, who had already scored 3 goals in Mallorca's pre-season. He ended last season on 7 goals. Yaoba said in his press coverage that Marici was looking to find his peak performance, and that is definitely right on track for that. Asano now going through the middle line. No, it's very difficult. They've now got to keep calm and not try and rush into the other box. Another important thing as well, Mallorca are doing very well. Marici once again with the rebound there. But Madrid now, you can tell that they're getting ready to run. Wakiga just made a mistake there, thinking that that was a pass going outwards. Mbappe over to Valverde to Tchouaméni, over to Vinicius now. Vinicius on the left-hand side. Tried to pass himself. It went straight into Dominic Graves' hands. In Mallorca, on the other hand, we've got 3 players warming up, as well as several Real Madrid players. I can see Ibrahim and Luka Modric among others. Mallorca now 3/4 of the way down the pitch. Asano back on his feet. Let's see how all of this finishes. Omar Mascare now just coming across the middle line, because to get a draw against Real Madrid is not good, it's great. Asano over to Samuel Costa, the rebound there from Bellery, who's not quite there. Very good though, very skillful. And La Liga season starting in the best way possible. Mallorca 1, Real Madrid 1. Possession is for Ancelotti's team right now. Arrasate. You can see that Real Madrid on the attack is sending Mallorca over the line. Dani Rodriguez now plenty of space for him to run. He's going to try and attack on the centre. Dani Rodriguez trying to move through. Omar Mascare from the central line. Sergi Darder now trying to cut across. Over to Samuel Costa. Over to Omar Mascare. Nobody's there for that ball. Time to think about Real Madrid. And I'm really liking Asano in this second half. I think he's doing a great job. There was a moment where it became very, very difficult there for the Mallorca player. Jude Bellingham now almost 3/4 away up the pitch. We've got a new position for Carvajal now. They've switched. Mbappe now going over the end line. Sergio there and Danny Rodriguez. Asano's shot does not end up in much. Samuel Costa, who makes a mistake there and ends up losing the ball. Going over the middle line, Vinicius in possession. From the left-hand side, shoots. Vinicius' shot there, way off. Pretty far away from Dominic Graves' goal there. And that was a mistake from Samuel Costa. Asano, I mean, pretty much it wasn't really an easy central shot there, but Samuel Costa needed to make that ball his own. And I think that showed the players that physical condition. Modric is going to be coming on for Real Madrid. Mbappe there for Real Madrid. Excellent save by Dominic Graves there. Right, really does a great job in holding it off there. Great ball from Dominic Graves. Great hand. Modric comes on and receives the captain's armband from Danny Carvajal. Among applause from the fans. Modric, of course, we're going to have to be very, very careful. He's the kind of player that is a hard worker in the midfield. He's not the kind that will try and take up as much time as possible. And big teams really are not fans of running after the ball. They don't like it. So that is where we're going to have to try and get our advantage. Rodrigo opening up to Carvajal. Straight out. And that means a throw in for Mallorca now. throw in for Mallorca now, minute 64 of the match. Halfway down the pitch there. Applause from the fans for that good effort from Mallorca. And that is a throw in for Real Madrid now. And the players are now starting to show signs of tiredness and exhaustion on both sides, of course. From a physical point of view, of course, we also have to factor in the heat and the humidity, which is a real killer. Changes, by the way, here comes the first one for Mallorca. We've got Antonio Sanchez coming on. There you go, our Phoenix here for Mallorca. I get the feeling that it's going to be a change is going to come from Danny Rodriguez. Unless any of the other players are injured or something. So who is coming off the pitch, Damian? It is number 14, Danny Rodriguez. Yeah, we've just fouled now, of course. I think right now it's all about getting somebody who could provide a little bit of oxygen to the team. So you're now sending his teammates up the pitch. Marishi now bringing the ball down inside the goal scoring area of the shot from Samuel Costa. The good thing is that Mallorca have definitely not let their guard down in over almost 70 minutes. And it's really not easy to be where they are. But because the ball is really racing up and down the pitch, even if it gives us the feeling that Real Madrid are not racing so much. Vinicius now, there's some danger. A bit of a misunderstanding there, applauded by the fans. So do we. And Omar there was really, really quick with his reflexes. Ball that ends up going out, and that's going to be back to the start for Dominic Grave. And Antonio Raillo is who's going to get the ball rolling. Applause from the fans at all times. Still draw from the fan on the scoreboard. Created a very long pass there. There, on the other hand, is a player that right now maybe should start to think about taking some risks. But on the other hand, it seems that they always choose Marishi, and Marishi, of course, is battling against one of the best. Mbappe shoots there, and that is an excellent save from Dominic Grave. Ends up saving Mallorca's bacon once again. Talking about goalkeepers at the beginning of this match, then amazing work from Grave. Rodriguez there hitting the post once again. Bellingham. Militao was waiting for the ball then, which never reached him, thankfully. Mbappe, a touch there from Sam Costa. Over to Carvajal. Carvajal over to Modric. Mbappe once again, and out it goes. Mbappe's shot goes out. Mano Morales and Kyle Larin now receiving the latest indications from Chisco Campos and Yarola Abasade. Mano Morales and Kyle Larin are now coming on for Mallorca. Minutes also for Morlanes. That fact of losing his marker is something that they can definitely try to take advantage of as well. Dominic Gray ball on the floor now. Up to Marishi. The person who brings it down is Kyle Larin. Really good maneuver over to Mojica, over to Omar Mascaré, over to Samuel Costa. Mallorca now playing halfway down the pitch. Is it a me to you situation? Samuel Costa going over the dividing line. Martin Valiant. Mallorca on the attack now. Mojica, who is absolutely unbeatable. Mano Morlanes now at the front of the goal of the box. Mojica hits the post. The rebound there. Marishi. Fran Mendy there, and that's going to be a corner from the left-hand side. Mendy just got there in the last seconds. Right now, Mallorca, though, something they're doing very well is having patience. Madrid aren't quite managing to reach the other side, and that is one of the huge plus for the team. Really low ball there, forced to Mojica, who shoots, goes out. I think that was a good decision. I think when you're on your own there, you've always got to try and go for that corner. Minute 74 and a half now of this second half. So better feelings than the first half, really, because obviously we were losing going into that half-time mark. We can see Mauricio now with a towel all over his head. It's a pretty new image there of seeing Mojica acting almost like a leader, talking to his teammates there. Something that we've been able to see throughout the whole match, really, really excitable, really encouraging. And I've done fans now receiving lots of support from the fans, giving that support back, of course, as always. But I am now getting ready to come on for Real Madrid. Ceballos, Julian, Ceballos, Danny Basket. Well, and just to for you to see how ready Abdon is to come on and help his team. He's warming up on the sideline already in his playing kit. He is ready. Larin now moving away from his marker. That was a really good effort. Morlan is now recently incorporated onto the pitch for Modric now. Over to Rudiger. Rodrigo now over to Mbappe. It's looking dangerous. Mbappe controlling the ball. Ends up. Pablo Maffeo steals. And that's going to be a corner for Real Madrid. Luka Modric is going to be taking it. Vinicius there taking this free kick. He passes backwards with Luka Modric. Modric bringing the rhythm down with Real Madrid, which is sometimes so necessary for them. Rudiger now over to Rodric. Lauren now, who goes for a corner. Definitely got to keep an eye on this. This is the corner now. Mbappe now, the corner. It falls to Jude Bellingham. Rodrigo there, but Manu Morlanes came out to defend and did that very well. He is closing off the gaps all the time. Modric shoots. Dominic Graves there manages to defend. Morlanes now still going. Maffeo going through the halfway line. Now we're coming into the hardest moments of the match, of course. We know that Madrid famously never let their guard down. But let's see if we can manage for it to be us that give that surprise. Over to Larin now, the ball. Carvajal was there. I wouldn't think that was a foul because I thought that was a very clean battle there. Mojica now. Larin there helping Modric halfway down over to Valverde. Well positioned in defence over to Mbappe. Mallorca is just one defensive block right now. Bellingham playing with Modric. Militao over to Rodrigo over to Valverde. Mallorca are an absolutely unpassable wall right now. And we're getting ready for some changes in Carlo Ancelotti's ranks. Does look like he's slightly alone, slightly lonely at the top right now. Mendy over to Valverde. Mbappe right now stolen the ball in the last moment, and it is time to move. right now. Of course, total confidence in the team. We don't know who will be the next to hopefully score, but why not? It could definitely be Abdon, of course. We know how magical his touch is. Rodrigo over to Carvajal, back to Valverde. Morlanes steers, and Murici now takes the ball away. Samuel Costa now opening up to the left-hand side to Mojica. Mojica not happy with that. Over to Omar Mascaré. They need to go for those easy passes right now. Looking as Vicente is saying for that easy pass. Larin now continuing. Larin tries from the back at the beginning of the box. It's the ball is still in play. Shoots. And it goes out in the end. Somebody else that is off is Vinicius Jr. and Danny Carvajal. I don't know who the third player coming off is. I can't hear you very much right now because there was a lot of whistling in the stadium just now, but it's going to be Bellingham that is coming off. So it's Vinicius, Carvajal, and Jude Bellingham in their place. Vázquez, and Bellingham. They've put on some really scary one-on-one players right now. Mayoka have done the most complicated thing now, which is to draw against Real Madrid and even play up to their level, and they are doing a great job of that. Everything they're doing in the second half is working. So that's really good news. Marlon Morlanes now moving away from his marker, and it's Narin now over to Morlanes again. Antonio Sanchez just goes out. Antonio Sanchez there. Another fantastic opportunity for him. He felt inside the box. He was on his own there. He had a lot of time to think what to do there, and it just went off target. I think his downfall there was the fact that he had so much time to think. Giga, who ends up bringing it out. Just 9 seconds left to see how much extra time is going to be given for this match. It looks like it's going to be 5 minutes of extra time. Real Madrid now playing towards Rodrigo. Balls to Dominic Graves' hands. And who is Yago Barras that they're calling right now? Damian. With Anarishi there, trying to bring the ball down, applauding Dominic Graves. Mojica from the left-hand side. He is the electric man right now. Tries to do a self-pass. Achieves it, actually. That was really difficult. Larry for Mojica now. Has a standing ovation there from the fans. So some changes happening there. Omar Mascare, who shakes Soto Grande's hand, as well as Omar Mascare, Manu Morlanes. Really good match for both of them. And Copete is coming on in their place. I wonder if the line of defence will now be a 5. That is the gesture that Copete just made to Antonio Raillo. Luka Modric there with a shot that goes straight out. Dominic Gray. One more minute of extra time, says Soto Grande. So we're going to go to minute 96. The one to reach the ball first is Martin Valiant to protect the ball, and that's going to be a throw-in for Mallorca. This is only the beginning of the season, but what a difference it makes if you can get off to a great start. Real Madrid now from the right-hand side. Just a couple of seconds left in this match. Rudiger in possession now, over to Valverde. Brian from the right-hand side. We've got to keep a very watchful eye on absolutely everybody on the pitch right now. Lucas Vázquez once again. Real Madrid, they're looking for somewhere to do some damage. We're now in minute 96. The referee has to whistle. We've got to hold it out. We've got to stick it out. And that is a red card for Fernan Mendy. I didn't really see what happened there. I don't know if that was because the Madrid player slipped, but it looks like that could have caused a lot of damage. Vedat Marici on the ground and apparently in a lot of pain right now. And there goes the final whistle. What a way to start La Liga. Real Mallorca really did grow and rise to the challenge today to battle against Real Madrid. Mallorca won, Real Madrid won. What a way to start. An excellent match for Mallorca today from my point of view. Just a moment for all those applauses there from the fans in the stadium. And the fans definitely played a fundamental role in the match today. The Real Madrid players exit the pitch with their heads down. And this is something very exciting right now. And I think we really have to highlight the fact that Mallorca did not give up at any point. I think it's a very fair result as well. The result of a team that has done everything right. And let's hope they can continue along those lines. I think there will be a lot of people thinking that Mallorca should definitely have walked away with those 3 points today. Mallorca really presented themselves today as one solid block. For me, it was just a really solid, very good match from the team. We're going to have Marici on our microphones very soon. Our goal scorer for today. Marici, they're just wanting to talk to the fans first, but Damian, all yours whenever you like. So what do you think the team is going to feel today after getting a point? Because it's always great to get a draw, but this almost feel like we could get a win. Yeah, I think we had those chances at the end that could have given us the match. I think now it's just a question of gaining confidence and moving forward. Right from the start, when the coach arrived, he wanted us to be brave and to attack. So we're going to follow his orders. So to start the match for you individually on a goal was a real confidence booster. Yeah, I mean, last year I started with two missed penalties. That was really devastating for me. So I hope that this is a stop here, and I hope it can just keep going. Mauricio was quoted as saying he wanted to finish the last season, basically to close the book on last season and hopefully have a good start to the next. There are many of those moments, I think, when you're in a low point where it's very, very difficult for you to get out. There are things you can't really understand that if you don't have that psychological strength and help to understand what's going on with you, then I think that can be a really difficult thing to overcome. I think Mauricio really struggled last year, not only because of injuries, of course, but the fact that he was seeing that he couldn't help the team as much as he wanted to. And I think he was definitely eager for last season to finish because he was struggling with that. And the fact that him today having one chance and he managed to score that goal, that's obviously that's pretty spectacular. And this is now starting to be reminiscent of the Mauricio that we saw 2 seasons ago, and we weren't expecting the team to do that well. And Mauricio was scoring, Antonio was scoring, Anton was scoring. Those things are quite difficult to achieve. Now we've started the season pretty well. Of course, you are playing today up against a Real Madrid. With all my due respect, if we were playing against a another team and we'd got a draw, I don't think we'd be that happy about this. But of course, everything in context. Talking about feeling good on the pitch, I think, as I said, it was talking about that in the press conference before the match. Larin's name came up. I think he did lots of good things last year, but he just didn't kind of feel that he was where he needed to be. And I think, as I said, there was saying that both for the player and also for the technical team, they attempted to make that flip that switch. And I think that the minutes he was on the pitch today, he did a really good job, and it was very, very important. I think last year he did a lot of things very well, and he just wasn't lucky at scoring goals. I don't think we've seen all the star quality that he has so far, but that's the kind of confidence that all the players need. I mean, Abdul as well. I think now we are in a different era, of course, having our new manager. So, what did you like the best out of the match today? It's good things that you noticed in the match. But with regards to last year, I think they played really different tactically. They were really well organised defensively today. We were talking today that we lost 5 or 6 balls in easy passes. That's true, but that would have been a lot stronger and a lot worse last year. And I think that's the encouraging thing. Jaguar did also say today that Mike Dominic was on the bench, and he said that in all the teams he's worked in, he always looks a lot at the youth team. I do think now it's definitely a question of trusting and having a lot of confidence in those youth players. I think Arrasate is going to do an amazing job with everybody in the youth team. I think Asano is looking like a fantastic footballer, positions wise. I think he looks like one of the ones that's going to be saving those distances as well. My man of the match today, I think they were all great, actually. So next match now at Osasuna, where Arrasate already is going to be faced with his old home. I do think that the team have to be able to transmit the level that they did today. So a really exciting season for you. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really, really exciting one. Well, Vicente, thank you very much. So we're going to see you in the next match. We're going to go now to Carlo Ancelotti's press conference. So I wanted to ask you whether the changes came too late today, or yeah, everybody's got their opinion about the changes and when they arrived. So different seasons, but I remember that last season you were very happy with draws that maybe the critics and the press were not so happy with. Do you have the feeling that this one was not the same and that you lost points rather than gaining them? Yeah, I was happy with draws last year, but I wasn't happy with the draw today because I thought we could have done a lot better. I don't want to make excuses. We just needed to do better, more attitude. And I think we can learn a lot from this match because it was a very clear match as to where we can get where we can have problems. So we saw a very active Mbappe in the second half, and that is when he was more on the left side. Would you think about putting Mbappe more on the left side in the next matches and Vinicius more up front? No, occasionally he changes sides. One of them has to be on that side. And it depends on what both of them feel. So you look pretty serious right now. Did you see something in your players that you didn't like tonight? Maybe some concentration errors. Even if you do you think you're going to move players around a little bit more in this season? Well, I didn't change very much with regards to last season, really. Maybe I'll have more opportunity to do so this year. Well, when I talk about defence, it wasn't great today. We were struggling to recover the ball. We were struggling to put pressure on after losing the ball. There's definitely room for improvement when you talk from a defensive side. I'm talking about attitude and compromise. Do you give more strength to the and more important to the physical aspect or the psychological aspect? Do you find that balance with the change in formation maybe, or changing responsibility among players? So we are going over to Dominic Grave as we're going to prioritise the live So what are you thinking about the match today? Yeah, a really nice game actually. And it's a pretty good result for us. And I think we did a pretty good match, and we've really got to appreciate it. We've just got to keep going. We've got to do many more correct and good matches before we can say that we're doing good matches. There you go, Dominic Grove, one of the key figures in keeping the match alive today for Mayoruca. And of course, these are all matches where those post-match coverage are always quite long and there's a lot of waiting around because TV that's paying for the services usually have priority. Hopefully, we'll be able to talk to Adler very soon and then see who is the next player that we'll be able to talk to here. I can see now Dominic Grove talking to another TV channel, Antonio Sanchez. So we've got to make a strategy here for this post-match coverage not to be so long. We don't know how we're going to manage that. Ancelotti, by the way, Dominic Graves, sorry, he did choose to do his interviews in Spanish this year, which is definitely a progress made as well. And we're going to talk now to Kawa Arrasate. So good evening to you. What is your impression of the match today? I'm really happy that the efforts of the team and the fans, I think we managed to do it among all of us. appreciate this goal at the end of the day. It gives a lot of strength and positivity as well. So a point against the big rivals of Real Madrid is a huge confidence boost, right? Definitely, that's what we need to keep believing in what we want to achieve. Obviously, it's really early days, but I'm really happy with what we've done today. Something that I was very surprised about today, but we had already seen it in Mestalla on the King's Cup, is that Rajkovic has left, who saved the team many, many times. And Asade, before the match, he did make sure that he said that he didn't know who was going to be the final goalkeeper for the season. So who would you put your money on right now as a goalkeeper of the season? Of course, with Rajkovic's departure, that is not a great feeling because you feel like you're losing somebody who has really carried the team for 3 seasons and had left a huge mark on the team. But at the same time, you had that feeling of the fact that it's definitely an important absence, but very well covered and well substituted. They were saying that, obviously they had to make a decision for the goal, of course. Last league match last season, of course. But we're just going to listen to Iago Barras in his press conference now. And if you've got anything to talk to you, we'll come straight back to you. So just a general opinion on the match. And do you feel like you could have had done some more? I think that it was a well-deserved discussion with the help from the fans. We could see that some of the actions that we were doing, in fact, there were a couple where we could even have won. I wanted to ask you, you were talking a lot about not focusing on just one player. So how much did the match look like what you had thought for the match? Yeah, I mean, you're always optimistic before the match, right? I mean, that's how you prepare a match. And of course, they scored in the 10 minutes, 10th minute, and you're fearing the worst. We kept believing. Questions. So Ancelotti was just saying that his team was defensively better. What do you feel about that against a team like Real Madrid? Yeah, I mean, we saw what they achieved 3 or 4 days ago. I would give a lot of value to being brave, especially with help from the fans that really helped us when we were struggling. So Marici wanted to equalize those 15 goals from 2 seasons ago. What do you think about that? And also, could you talk about Mayourka, who is the one of the standout new players today? Well, this is the Marici that we want to see, of course, the kind that helps us without winning possession. You know what strikers are like. You know, when they are feeling confident, they always become more unbeatable. But I think all the new players were really good today. Now you're talking to me about the signings. I'm part. Well, I think today there was a match, obviously, and we think we can change what was coming upon us. Were you able to enjoy a match like tonight's? No, definitely not. I mean, it's almost like you're on there playing because it's exhausting. They were so exhausted as well, and I could see how we were able to do some damage if we could steal the ball. We knew that they could easily score their second. Special day. It's a really nice day. New project for me, especially because I was very, very happy, and so were my family. So it's a good start, and we're going to continue like this. So it was a pretty relaxed match emotions wise. Were you fearful that we get out of hand? No, not really. I mean, there was that card against Maffeo. I didn't think it was a yellow card, but maybe I told the linesman I didn't think it was. There was a bit of a moment there, but I think it was a very clean match. Two teams that really wanted to win. And we know that there's previous episodes there, but it's all about starting again, and I think that was the case for. So we're always talking about that new style of play. Well, I think positive results have reinforced an idea there's so much work ahead for us. But the most important thing is for the predisposition. We have a feeling that we're going to be able to achieve it. We saw today a little bit of what we want to be. We just have to keep demonstrating what we demonstrated today and win matches. So something that has been talked a lot about this year was there being players being trapped in corners. So we're seeing both in first and second division lots of free kick goals. Does the paradigm change a lot? What do you think is a bigger annoyance that players are grabbing in the box? We already had made that comment before. And if there's no more questions, we're just going to leave it here. So slightly limited there by Real Madrid. So we're just waiting for somebody else that we need to speak to now in Damian's microphones. So I don't know if we're just going to have to keep having a chat here, Damian. Well, hey, I mean, we'll take that a nice chat after a good match. That's something we can definitely get on board with. I think Mallorca today were definitely very brave at going up against Real Mallorca. What do you think of this new era of yeah, I think that's really, really unimprovable sensations we've been having today. We're just going to now have a chance to talk to Johan Mojica, just approaching us now. So first of all, congratulations for the match today. Well, I really feel reflected with my teammates. You know, I've competed many times in a scenario and to be able to be received like that today at the City and with fans, that's a very admirable thing. It's really not easy, but the concentration level, but the personality is growing among the team. And I hope that that helps the team get even more maturity as well. So great match on a personal level as well. Today was your debut. You were up against incredible players. But and the most valuable thing was to be able to finish a match like this today in a healthy way and a well-rounded way. But I really dedicated to myself to the team 100%. there was one of the protagonists of the match today. I think he would be a contender for man of the match tonight, in fact. So I don't think we're waiting to talk to anybody else, Damian. And I think that it's time for us to say our goodbyes to Van der Heijden and Orhan Mascare are in fact walking behind our cameras now. So I think it's time for everybody to go and rest and think about the next match against Osasuna and get back to work in the best and strongest way possible. So from us up here, it's a congratulations to everybody and good luck for the next one. So a fantastic result for the team today. And Mallorca definitely today fought their hardest and managed to get that draw against Real Madrid out. So we will see you next Saturday at 5 against Osasuna. So thank you very much to everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.